Personal attacks are back on the menu. Now, you know me, I cover the drama and shit like that. And look, sometimes we get a little bit heated. We say things we probably shouldn't. Maybe they're on the mind, but we get into a position of what's the word? A crime of passion, shall we say? And people say things maybe they shouldn't be saying out in public. Maybe they're backstage conversations, as I'd heard it referenced as, because what you say off screen, nobody knows unless it's been recorded or unless you showcase it to the world for them to hear it as well. So what you say off screen is irrelevant to what you say on screen, unless, of course, the two worlds collide and blend together. Anyways, what the fuck am I talking about here? Well, there was a stream on Aaron's channel, Aaron Talks Arsenal, big up to him, and there was a fella on there who just absolutely started berating Egal, calling out his insecurities, bringing his parents into it and kids, and saying he feels sorry for them. And I'm just like, bro, why is Egal getting all this hate, man? Yes, his opinions can be jarring. Yes, he can be delusional. It is, so far found to be seen. Yes, he can be, rude and condescending at times, but aren't we all at the best of times? In saying that, even when I disagree with him, I'm pinpointing and picking apart the football opinions. I'm not saying anything about his person. I'm not saying anything about his football knowledge. I'm not saying anything about where he lives or what sport he should follow, let alone bringing in personal shit that is irrelevant to the conversation. Now, I don't know, like, why does someone need to call out someone's parents and say that they feel sorry for them for how someone speaks about football? That I don't understand. I've seen some shit on Never a Foul. I've seen some shit on it was a Fam Zone. I've seen some shit on Lee Gunner's streams. I've seen some shit on Savas. But this I thought was just a whole new level of madness.
Aaron, I swear Egal has an inferiority complex because he's insecure about himself. Right? Because he gets slated in the comments of every stream that he does. And yet
he got rattled. I rattled him last night again.
I rattled him last night. He comes back. It's like he's oblivious to it.
What did he say?
I swear that he does this just for clicks, right? He should stick to watching the NHL, where all Canadians are good at. He knows nothing about football. He's just a sad little mutant, right? Who needs attention. He needs to draw attention to himself. And this is what he does, right? I feel sorry for his mum and dad, right? I feel sorry for his wife, who he knocked up to bear his kids, right? And I feel sorry for his kids in particular because they've got him as a...
You're going in, Lawrence. You're going in. Like,
I'm sorry, but I can't deal with people like this. They've got no interest.
I get it. You're going in personally, though.
I know. All right, I'll stop.
Yeah.
I'm just trying. Every time I
get it.
His mouth, it's an embarrassment. He knows nothing about the club. He disrespects people like Kenny Ken, who've been watching Arsenal since the year dot, and that smirk on his face. When I see him and he thinks it's a laugh, right? I swear, if he went into my local back in London and did that, he'd be on his way to the hospital with a beer glass in his face.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry that I did it.
No. I get it. That's why. To say when you start getting with it, that's no worries. It's what it is. That's a backtage rant, isn't it? That one. That's a backstage rant. Like I'm not gonna whinge about it, but do you know what I mean? Like, when it gets with the family and all of that shit, do you know what I mean? Like,
Now, thankfully, Aaron did call that out. Big ups to Aaron every single time. No real fault of his own because he can't be held responsible for what someone is going to say when it's, I don't know, say unprovoked in that sense there. I would not have known where that would have come from. But even a few others had said, talking with Egal is sometimes frustrating. And I get it. Sometimes you see him on streams with Hassam and Lewis, and then he's on Never a Foul with Cass and Mons and all other people there. He's on sometimes also on Dan Potts on the Football's 12th Man and shit like that. And yeah, he can be jarring, he can be frustrating, but at the end of it, it's football, bruv. It's not personal, man. And shout out to Aaron as well for calling that out. And me personally, I would have preferred if he just said, like, whoa, we'll stop there. We're not going any further now. Cut that crap out. If you have differences, sort it out off camera, you know, off air conversations or offline conversations, nothing to actually speak about while you're on air. But that to me was mad. I thought that it didn't deserve it, man. As much as I disagree with Egal and I find things that he says funny and I laugh at it and take the piss and things like that, I don't think I'd ever go to those lengths, nor have I ever wanted to go to those lengths to say this guy is so delusional and he is just completely void of any rational thinking or some self-aware. No self-awareness. There it is. Got out there. No self-awareness. So that sort of stuff, I get that. But again, the attacks that people, it's not just him, but everyone cops it. But I just happen to hear him say this now. Everybody cops this shit. Why? They're footballing opinions, man. Like, unless you've actually done some crime outside of football, like, let's be real here, a certain DT has, that shit's always going to follow up with him. Man can tweet the most positive thing about Arsenal, and even the most tip-toppity gooner will even say, yeah, but you've committed crime, sort of a thing. That's just a thing that it is there. Johnny Minerals, he can have the most positive thing to say about Chelsea, and people still say, yeah, but you said the N-word on stream. Debunked or whatever your opinion is, it's always going to follow these people. It's the world of football, man. It's the online spaces, bro. It's crazy, bro. I'm not here to be a white knight or shit like that. Say what you want, but when you say things like that, you best believe people will check you. And whether you watch my streams or not, whether I'm friendly with you or not, you like me, you dislike me, whatever it is, I see shit like this, I'm going to call it out because it's one of those things where you just can't let this shit go through. If it's happened, many people have seen it already, you call it out. You got to stop this shit, man. There was no need for those personal attacks, but there was no need to bring in the parents and the wife and the kid and all that sort of shit there, bruv. You think he's insecure? Sure, fair enough. I think he's insecure, whatever. Throw a little ad hominem in there and shit like that. But the parents, fuck, there was worse shit said, I think, there as well, but fuck, I didn't put it in, but anyways, bloody hell, that was some fucking madness there. Anyways, listen to people. Like, don't let your emotions get the better of you in these instances. I know it's frustrating. Sometimes you disagree with somebody so heavily that you can't do anything but swear at them or attack them and try to get their attention so, I don't know, you can get your jollies off or whatever it is, or just to try having the conversation with them. So it's crazy work, bruv. You go, you didn't deserve that, bruv. Even as someone that roasts you on a regular basis, he didn't deserve that. I can't think of anybody that deserves that. Nobody deserves that shit. However, if you do throw the first stone, be sure that someone's going to throw stones back at you as well. If someone decides to cuss out Egal, he can return serve and cuss them out too. If someone wants to cuss out Lee Gunner, he can return serve and cuss out Lee Gunner. Or if he cusses first, someone can cuss back. I've got no problems with that. But if you instigate, be sure that people will be able to have a right of reply and say what they want in kind as well. Back to you. That's just my 2 cents on that one.